State secrets. Let whoever watches my video know I'm about to share state secrets. Look at that guy. That's Pastor Rodney Howard-Browne. There's no Photoshop done to this image. But if you focus on, it looks like his eyes are closed. But if you look at his forehead and just focus on his forehead, it looks like his eyes are open, but he's a demon. That's Pastor Rodney. Whatever. This guy. Pastor Rodney. State secrets, you guys. All right, let the CIA know. Obama, and this is just what the Lord's been showing me. Somehow, I don't know, the lone survivor story about the SEALs who went up into... First of all, the SEAL team should still be kept secret. And somewhere during the Obama administration, it came out all about the SEAL Team 6. Oh, I think it was during... they should never have mentioned SEAL Team 6 when they got Obama or Osama bin Laden. Something about the Obama administration kind of revealed too many secrets to the public. Like the whole waterboarding thing in Guantanamo Bay. That was legit. What they were doing was legit. They went and got terrorists. And they wanted the whole world to know that if you mess with or plan to mess with the United States, you will get waterboarded. And if you're a U.S. citizen, the Constitution. Which we shouldn't apply that standard to other people unless they're really a terrorist. But that standard got applied to me. I was treated like a terrorist by the Obama deep state. And I can tell you how the deep state works. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it on and post this on, because you don't see this stuff on in the news or anywhere, what I'm about to say. So this video might get flagged and zeroed out from the internet. But the deep state includes a bunch of county sheriff deputies and local police officers. So the Obama deep state is basically a gang of homosexuals. Lesbians, mostly I know for sure lesbians and butch lesbians. But I guess it's the trans community. Men who dress like women, women who dress like men. Women who have a short haircut and walk around like a man. Men who are like 6'4" and 280 pounds and have a size 14 shoe. Dress like a woman. And you see a woman that's like a giant and you think, what? Lone Survivor, the movie Lone Survivor. Obama is responsible for the murder of everybody who died. And there was a chain of command all the way up. That whole thing was planned out. So Obama is responsible for the murder, the direct first degree murder of Ambassador Stevens. And the guys who died in Afghanistan at the Lone Survivor story. And Obama was trying to save Osama bin Laden by stalling and procrastination. And you know what he was doing? And this is the Lord just showed me this. I was just now walking down the street. He was whispering to some of his people and trying to find a way to get somebody over to Pakistan to warn Osama bin Laden. But for whatever reason... So instead, Obama decided, okay, well, there's another election coming up. I'll use it for the election cycle to gain points with the public. And at that time, nobody really knew. I mean, it was like it was suppressed in the media that Obama's a Muslim. With a name like Barack Hussein. You would think, now I got to deal with these guys here in the United States. So I was targeted. I'm a legitimately targeted individual. The reason I'm poor, living in this van, the reason I'm on, I'll never forget the first time I had to use food stamps. Here in California, it was like, everything's expensive. And it's called SNAP. I felt like I was shoplifting. I was low on money. It looked like it was gonna go really bad. I was fasting every day. And I would only eat when the Lord said eat. And I would only eat what the Lord said to go eat. Which was actually to be honest, food was so good. I can't tell you how if you only eat when God says to eat and only eat what God tells you. I would wake up in the morning and be going about my business, and the Lord would tell me, today you're going to go, let's say, to Chipotle. Or today you're going to eat at Panda Express. Or whatever. And I would know. Then I'd be heading over to eat, and the Lord would say, no, not yet. Wait until I tell you to go eat. Then by the time I would go eat, I was so hungry, and every little bite was so good. And I'm telling you, I'm more blessed than Pastor Rodney. There's this illusion that Pastor Rodney is blessed. He's not. First of all, he has his condemnation looming over him, but yet their doctrine states that once saved, always saved, and everybody's just saved. Everybody's saved. Everyone is saved. You're always saved, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Everybody's saved. You can live like the devil. That is so crazy, dude. That is a straight up screenshot straight from you can get on YouTube right now, and if you find that video, scroll to the right spot, hit pause, and you can get that screenshot for yourself. If anybody thinks I'm photoshopping this stuff, you think, well, you found one screenshot. Bull! Look at all that. Each one looks like a demon. And I have a bunch on my other phone they're all different. I'm just saying. It's like, are you kidding me? Here's a favorite one. Here's Pastor on his throne. Remember, the church is his throne. That ministry is his idol. Can you believe that's an actual real screenshot from Pastor Rodney Howard Brown? And he's probably preaching on walking in love right there. Or surrendering to God, or obedience. I'm not joking. Like, some of the best screenshots that I got of him looking like the devil. I'm sorry, do you see his horns? Oh my God. Anyway. Oh yeah, state secrets. So yeah, Obama, basically the global intifada began with Obama. The global intifada, which is kill them wherever you may find them, has been going on since, the 6th century or whatever. But ever since Islam was established. But here in the United States, with the bunch of CIA lesbian and homosexual people who left the CIA and went and got jobs in the sheriff department and the police department, and then they stay in communities. Like, anywhere there's a homosexual community, you're going to find the gay mafia, and you're going to find people who are former CIA. And now working maybe in the sheriff department as a deputy, or maybe even high up, maybe, a high-level sergeant in the local police department. We see some of them are mayors. Some of them are governors. What was the governor of Portland? That lady man, lady boy, lady, whatever she is. Who knows? I like a woman, a little woman who wants to be a man. You know why they want to be a man so bad? Because they want to be the boss. They want to be the boss over people. That's really what it is. They have intense penis envy, penis envy is actually a psychological term. And I know they have penis envy because my stepsister was lesbian, and she had a girlfriend who was a lesbian, and they had just got married, and I moved in to live with them. Now, I didn't live in the same... They lived in a... this was back when I was going to college. This is probably what got me put on the list of targeted individuals. Because my stepsister, she was high-level military. Definitely part of the gay mafia. And I'm just telling you, they want a man. But they're just so irritable and cranky and hard to get along with that no man will ever stay with them. So they end up, their only experience with men is usually getting used for sex. And then they get bitter about it. And they don't understand that some men entered into a relationship with them hoping for a good relationship and realized this lady is crazy. I got to get away from her. But I might as well have sex a couple of times. That's what happens. That's how some women become lesbian. They're just so irritating. They're basically like a prosperity gospel Christian. You know, the prosperity gospel teaches you to nag God for everything, to put a demand on the anointing, to make a demand on God, to constantly be proclaiming something that you want from God, reminding him of his word. All the teaching that Pastor Ronnie teaches that's not directly from the Bible is, or it is in the Bible, but you cherry pick it and you focus on it. Like there's a place to make your request known to God. That's in the Bible. But to do it all the time and place a demand on God and give God a deadline and run the church like it's a business, there's nowhere in the Bible where it says to run the church like a business. And then the whole time you're completely disobeying God and not doing anything he told you to do. I'm just saying, every time I see that picture. Dun it, 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 dun it. I'm sorry. The deep state needs to know. You messed with the wrong guy. They couldn't kill me. They expected to kill me. They thought they'd be able to kill me. They killed Charlie Kirk. That kid, that Tyler Robinson guy, the shooter guy, he was just a targeted individual that they selected, used mind control, other manipulation tactics, I want to say subliminal messaging, mind control, sex addiction. And they persuaded him by overheard conversations and they did something. I can't explain everything they're able to do, but some stuff they're able to do only now that cell phone, that because of all the electronic devices. Like sending somebody a subliminal message constantly every day by just having their phone, by certain videos coming up in your YouTube feed or your Facebook feed, I'm just telling you, constantly, and bombarding you with certain messages. I'm just saying, they know how to do it. They know what they're doing. And if it's used properly, it's used against bad people to prevent terrorist attacks. But with the Obama administration, Obama used it for evil. And this guy does the same thing with the scriptures. He takes the scriptures and uses it for evil. Teaches the love of money and calls it prosperity. Teaches the love and acceptance of idols and teaches and calls it prosperity and calls you blessed. Pastor Ronnie is not blessed. There's only the appearance of blessing. And the blessing that he does have is temporary and completely dependent on his surroundings. Like me, my blessing, if I was rich living in a palace right now, with my relationship with God, I'd be equally blessed. Maybe I'd be less blessed because I'd have so many distractions. I'm telling you, I'm more blessed right now than ever in my life that I can think of. And there's been times when I had a new car, a really good paying job, and was going to church every day and seeking God, and I remember a time when I had enough money. I realized I bought everything I ever wanted, and I was thinking, what should I go buy? I should go buy something. I had I had like a stack of titles. I had I'm not sure. I had a TRX 450, a TRX 400, a CR 250R, a KX 250, a CRF 450, a 900RR. I had all these motorcycles, and I'd go riding every weekend, or whenever it was a sunny day, I'd go ride my dirt bike or my four-wheeler, or both. I had two or three cars, 2 cars. And I had everything. I had everything. I had everything. I couldn't think. And I remember I was thinking, I got so much money, I got to go buy something. And that's when I started buying guns. Like, I never really was a gun guy. And I had a bunch of extra money, and I had a couple motorcycles, a couple dirt bikes, a couple of four-wheelers. And I thought, I can't think of anything I want. And then I had to come up with something. Oh, I'll go out and buy guns. A few months later, I got an AK, I got an AR, I got a Ruger 1022, I got a 9mm Beretta. And that was just, I just went out and bought a bunch of guns. Concealed carry permit. And you're talking right there, that's like $5,000 right there in guns. I'm just saying. So the point is, I'm happy and blessed. I'm more blessed than Pastor Rodney living in this. I'm telling you. And oh my God, if you knew the anointing. I don't know if it's transferring right now to somebody watching this. But if you find yourself just in love with God, and suddenly you don't care about anything in the world, and all you want to do is go lay down and just put on your praise and worship and be in his presence, that comes from watching this video. Or maybe you're like that all the time. Imagine waking up in the morning. Imagine being a Donica Howard Brown. And you wake up in the morning to this. I'm sorry. Imagine waking up in the morning and here he is. Right, sleeping next to you. Imagine being asleep in the middle of the night and this 290 pound dude rolling on top of you trying to get busy. That's a real picture, dude. That is so scary. I would look at that if you showed me this. If somebody showed me this right here. No, let me get the other one. Oh, here's another one. This is the one where he looks like his eyes are closed if you look at it. But if you just focus on his forehead, right in between his eyes, it becomes like, you can tell his eyes are closed here. It's a blink. He's blinking. Oh my God. Just saying. Anyway. Oh yeah, so for those of you in the CIA who might be watching my videos, or whatever, whoever it is that watches me, and trying to find a moment when they can get into my van and put a little drop of poison in my food, which I know they've tried, or to put some sort of stinger on my glasses. One day I came in, I put my glasses on, and I was like, what the hell? And I looked at my glasses, there was nothing there, and I was like, what the hell? I don't know. My glasses stung me. For 3 days, I had a little tiny little itchy spot right here. I was like, how do your glasses sting you? Top secret. I'm just saying. And a little tiny scab developed. Because I remember I woke up in the middle of the night. Quite a few times I woke up in the middle of the night and was scratching there and thinking, well, how did my reading glasses cause me to have this little itch and then I remember I was scratching it and there was a little lump there, and at one point I scratched, the little scab came off. I'm telling you, these people try to murder me. It's another assassination attempt by Obama's lesbian LGBTQ deep state. Anyway.